Well, I took a shower, combed my hair, brushed my teeth, everything. I brush my mouth twice a day. I take showers twice a day. And I put cologne on, clean clothes, everything. I'm a very clean black man. I always keep myself clean because it's in the Torah, in the Old Testament Bible, in the laws of the Most High Creator. You must be a clean man when you serve the Most High Creator, a clean person, man or woman. And also, I'm on 52 days on celibacy, on semen retention. So I feel the energy every morning. It's abundance of energy. I worked out this morning around 4. I posted some videos here or there around early in the morning. So this video is about be myself, be honest about my life story video, a keep it 100 video. Enjoy and shalom. Shalom. Blessed morning. I want to talk about my life story on this YouTube video. I want to tell a little bit about myself. I'm a type of person that speaks straight. I'm not very good at speaking with a forked tongue. I speak direct. I'm a very honest person. My name is Dawit, Hadera. The name Dawit means David in Ethiopia, in Africa. It means David, Dawit, Hadera, or Dawit, Hadera, however you want to say it. It just means David. Dawit means David. So here we go. I'm a 30-year-old virgin man, black man that loves women. I respect women. I respect my mom. I respect a lot of women. I'm a 30-year-old virgin. I'm 6'5". Excuse me. I'm 6'5". I'm well endowed. And my parents from Africa. I was born and raised in the United States of America. So let's talk about my siblings. I have a brother and I have a sister. My sister, Aiden, her name is Aiden. She's a very smart woman, very smart. She got her life together. She's very strong-minded, very strong-willed. She don't take bullshit from nobody. She's a very strong woman. I respect my sister. Her name is Aiden, and she works at a hospital helping people. And she's doing well with her life. She has a pet dog, and she lives on her own, and she holds her ground in life. I really respect my sister. And my brother, JJ, my younger brother, he is doing good too. He has a girlfriend, he lives in an apartment, and he works 2 jobs. My brother, JJ, is doing well. I respect my brother. My brother, JJ, is biracial. He is mixed. My sister is not. She is a black woman. But regardless, my brother is mixed. That will always be my brother till the end of my life. That will always be my brother. As my sister will always be my sister. And so having a sister, you know how to respect women. You know how to treat them right. There's an advantage to both. You having a brother and having a sister. It's the best combo a sibling can have, because you learn, when you have a brother, you learn how to fight your brother. You fight your brother, forgive, and move on, and help your brother out again. Those wisdom knowledge of manhood you learn having a brother. But having a sister, you know how to talk to women right. You know how to be respectful. You know how to be kind. You know how to be considerate around women. So there's pros and cons to everything. If you a man that has sisters, you also have an advantage. You have a lot of game with women. It's just wisdom. You know how to talk to women right. You know how to keep the conversation going. If you are a dude with only brothers, you also have strengths too. You're more likely to be a brawler. You're more likely to want to fight and forgive and move forward. You're more tapped in with the light. It's hard to explain, but there's advantages to everything. Everybody got strengths and weaknesses. So I have a sister. She's a very smart, strong-willed woman. My sister's very skinny. She's a very skinny woman, very petite, very thin. She don't eat much. But up here, my sister very strong, very smart. I really respect my sister. People look at my sister, they look at me, they're like, how the heck did you 6'5" do it? And your sister only like 5'6", 5'5", and she's 5'8". Somewhere she's average height, but she's very skinny, And people also question, the way you attracted to thick women. You love heavy set women, but your sister's very skinny. You know, you can't box people together. I love thick women. I love heavy set women. She could be average to heavy set. I love that. A woman has to have some meat on her body. That's just my sexual preference. But yeah, my sister's skinny, but she's very smart. She's a strong-willed woman. I really respect my sister all day. You know, I admire my sister. So, yeah, I have a brother, I have a sister, and now I'm going to talk about my life story. This is from Dawit, Hadera. So, to my brothers and sisters out there who are Hebrew, when I was 19 years old, 18 or 19, I was in the ISL. For about 2 to 3 years, I was in the ISL. By, I think 17 or 16 is when I went into an ISL. And so by age 20, and it never went well for me in the ISLs. I do count my blessings. I had food, I had nice clothes, I had all that. I was working too at the time. I worked at Walmart. So by age 20, I had some medical issues going on with my colon because I was consuming too much meat and dairy. And that's not the nature of the Negro, to be consuming too much dairy. We're supposed to eat more beans, more fruits, more vegetables, more nuts. Yams, all that. And so I was eating too much European diet because I was into the gym. I was into YMCA, lifting weights. I was into weightlifting a lot, and I lifted a lot of weight. I was like bench press to squat to deadlifts. I was lifting a lot, so I was consuming a lot of protein. So consumed a lot of dairy, and I was having colon issues. I was going through some colon problems with my colon inside my bowels. I was having a lot of bowel issues. So I went to the hospital. They checked me out, and they said Dawit he needs surgery on his colon, on his body. There's something malfunctioning with his colon. So I was there for 1 month. 1 month I was there in that hospital. It was hell. It was holy hell. I don't like talking about this story, but because of that surgery, I have a scar on my belly. It's like a small scar. It's not like a complete huge damage to my body. No, it's just a little scar that goes about 6 inches long, a scar from surgery, the after effect of surgery on my tummy. So I have a scar, and being in that hospital for 1 month was holy hell. The people were nice. The doctors were nice. The nurse was nice. Everybody was nice there. No complaints, nothing. It's just my experience going through that myself. I'm not blaming my problems on nobody. No, just me. Going through the surgery in the process, all that, it was just hell for me. It was very stressful and frustrating. So my sister came, my brother came, other people came to visit me. A lot of people came to visit me in the hospital. And my sister said, keep your head up. You know, she always told me, my sister, Aiden, keep your head up, stay focused. And my brother, my brother, he was only like 15 years old. I think I take that back. He was 9 years, 10, no, he was 15, somewhere around there. And JJ, I ain't gonna lie, that brother is a blessing. He's a blessing. He has a powerful sense of humor like me. I got a good sense of humor. But, you know, being in that hospital, it was just hell, man. And so once I got out, my scar healed, and 2 years later went by, and I want to talk about the institutions I was in. The courthouse, Platte County, it's called Platte County. It's a courthouse. I was under the control and probation, all that, under the courthouse. They took the guardianship away from a family relative, and they acquired the guardianship. It was a lot of issues going on with my family and stuff. So I think I was 22 at the time. So Platte County took control of my life, the courthouse, and they decided to place me in an institution. The first institution I was in was called Hannibal. It's a city in Missouri. I was in Levering as an institution. I was there for about 11 months. I was there, and it was holy hell. Some of the employees were nice. Some of the employees, I would tear their ass up any day sexually. There was some fine females in there, some fine nurses in there. But the thing is, being in that institution, there was a lot of fights, a lot of drug abuse, all that. And so I was going through a lot. I was fighting all that, and my mother decided to get a lawyer. So she got a lawyer, and the lawyer decided to make an agreement with the courthouse. So they transported me away from Levering, the institution in Hannibal City, to Bridgewood in Grandview. And I was there for about like 3.5 years, 4 years. As a total, as how many I've been locked up in an institution. How many years? It would have been 4 years and a half. 4 years and a half I was locked up. I was incarcerated in an institution. So I was in Bridgewood for a while, and that was extreme holy hell. Hardly anybody liked me there. Everybody had a problem with me over there. Not everybody. There was some people I was cool with. And I remember this one man, he was biracial. He was a mixed dude. And his name was Donnie. I'll never forget Donnie. Donnie was a good man. He always stood up for me. I think his name was Donnie Graves. Mixed dude. Had long afro. His afro came down. He was biracial. And he was a skinny brother. But man, that man was a good man. He had character like no tomorrow. And he always stood up for me. And I still, to this day, I can't forget about that brother, because he left an imprint on my psyche, on my mind. But Donnie was a good man, and there was a few other employees that were good to me in Bridgewood. But for the most part, it was holy hell. I look for the good in people. So before I got discharged from Bridgewood, I prayed. My mom got another lawyer. This time, this lawyer was a black lawyer. His name was Henry. And so there was a new court hearing coming up. And so I went to my room in the institution, and I bent down, my knees on the ground. And I was like, please, the Most High, my hands upwards. I said, please, the Most High, I want to go out. I want to be free, man. I'm tired of this hell house. I want to be free, God. Please let me free. I literally prayed from the heart, and my prayers were answered. 2 days later, court hearing came, and Henry, the lawyer, and the judge, they all were, doing their thing, lawyer in court, judge, negotiations, all that. And my mom won the court hearing. She won the case, and she got the guardianship from the state. And as soon as she got that guardianship, she bailed me out just like that, quick, just like that, like less than 2 days. I was out of that. I was out of that institution. Like boom, I'm out. And I thank the Most High Creator every day, almost every day. I'm a free man. I'm a free man out in society. My prayers were answered, and that was ordained by the Most High. And before I got out of that institution, I remember I shook a man's hand by the name of Pastor Ron. He was an elder, Black American. I still got respect for him. Regardless, he's a Christian. He into that Jesus worship, that idol worship. I still respect the elder, because you got to respect all elders. It don't matter if they're a white person, Hispanic, biracial, or black. If they an elder, you got to respect them. You got to respect them, no matter what. You got to show some honor to the elders. I was taught those values. So, all due respect to Pastor Ron, I shook his hand. He said, "Take it easy, son. Enjoy your freedom outside." And man, as soon as I went outside of that institution, it's I can't put it in words, but it's a relief, of like a blessed relief. Like I can't put it in words, but it felt so good. I was a free man. And I was talking to my mom in the car. We were listening to some Bob Marley. Yeah, I don't want to talk about it, but that was so good. It felt so good being free, man. And so that was the last time I ever been institutionalized for long term in an institution. It was about 4.5 years. I was locked up, away from society. And a year later, when I became a free man in society, I was a little bit unstable from the institution being locked up, and I made a social media account. I made Facebook. And I was harassing people on Facebook because I was attracted to a beautiful biracial woman on Facebook. I thought she was beautiful. I ain't going to say her name out of respect. I'm going to keep it private. It's best to leave people's name out of it. But she was a beautiful mixed girl, but she was in a relationship with a dude that used to bully me in high school. I'm going to keep his name out of respect too, because, don't be putting people's name if you had a bad experience with those type of people. And I was attracted to the girl, and I harassed him. I wasn't there in the head at the time. I really regret it. I really feel bad about it, but I wasn't there in the head at the time, because I was fresh out of the institution. Now looking back, I'm like, I was not there. Why the heck would I bother people? But anyways, I was harassing them on Facebook, and in the end, I finally gave up. I ain't going to acquire that woman. And my senses started coming in. I started thinking more clear when I started working, dealing with new people, diverse people. The first job I worked in was Lowe's department store, and Voc Rehab helped me find a job there. So I worked in Lowe's department store for about 8 to 9 months, and that was good times. I met a lot of people, new people, different personalities, diverse, everything. I just met diverse level of people. And women, a lot of women were attracted to me. There's an advantage, there's an advantage to being a tall black man. To my Hebrew brothers out there, and if you're a woman watching, there's an advantage to being a tall black man. You attract a lot of women. If you're a dark-skinned black man like me, and you're tall, and you have an athletic build, you're going to attract probably more women than the average tall white man. Not always the case. There's exceptions to the rule. I'm not speaking out of arrogance or pride, none. I'm just speaking from the view I've noticed. So there was a lot of women that were attracted to me in them jobs. Not all of them, but a lot of them were. And I worked there for 9 months, but my dumb ass didn't even put a 2 weeks notice. You know, my sister even told me, put a 2 weeks notice, Dawit, put a 2 weeks notice. And my dumb ass didn't even put a 2 weeks notice. Shit, I quit the job before letting the manager know. Sometimes you gotta live and learn. So what was the reason why I quit the job after 8 months working there, 9 months around there? Is because that job, there was an employee that was getting kind of a little bit racial intention, racist, blonde hair, blue-eyed white dude. Was getting kind of envious, jealous. So I had to quit. To keep the peace, I had to quit the job. I don't want to disturb the peace. I don't want to provoke people. Just go about my business. Keep it moving. Go the other direction in life. But like I said, I was a dumbass for not putting a 2 weeks notice on that job. Live and learn. Then I worked at Hy-Vee for a little bit. I got a job there. I got fired very quickly because at the time I was a smoker. So I smoked a lot of Newports, and I smoked it a lot out in the clock of work. When I clocked in work in Hy-Vee, it wasn't even break time. Sometimes I would hide behind the manager or somewhere, hide away from the manager and smoke, which was dumb. I don't smoke like I used to no more, but I used to be a smoker in my past, and I really regret that. You know, and I learned my lesson. So what do I do for now when I work? I work for my dad in a mechanic store. I know how to take a tire. I know how to put a tire, unscrew the bolts, all that, replace a tire, all that. I know all that, those skills. I learned that skill from my dad. My dad taught me that skill. That's the only skill I know about cars for now. So I work in a mechanic store for my dad, and when I'm with my mom, which is now, I'm in my mom's house, I help her. I clean the dog's doo-doo. You know, I keep it appropriate. I clean the doo-doo outside. She'd be putting feces everywhere. You know how animals are. So I have to clean it. I have to put gloves, everything, clean it, and wash my hands twice after the job is finished. So I have to do that. Then I have to mow the grass. Then I have to organize the house. You know, certain tasks to honor my mom, because I love my mom. And the same thing I do for my dad. I do certain tasks to honor my dad. But those tasks, you know, when you honor your mom and dad, it has to be from the heart to give glory to the supreme God, the creator. My dad don't pay me much, and that's why I'm looking for a job. You know, I should be working by a week from now or 2 weeks from now. So I won't be posting videos like I used to when I start working. More likely Home Depot or construction is what was been told. But anyways, I want to end it with this video. To my Hebrew brothers and sisters out there, or any viewer watching, I want to give all praises, all glory to the Most High, Supreme God, the Creator, O Yahweh, is who I worship and obey only. Obey His law, statutes, and commandments. Obey His law, statutes, and commandments. Shalom, chosen ones, and you all have a blessed rest of your day. Think positive, and peace.